And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another week, another edition here of the Sparkling Tuna Cup. The Sparkling Tuna Cup number 115. Jesus. The longest running open cup in StarCraft 2, by the way. Longer running than What TV Mondays and Pickers or Cups or Monday Night Weeklies or even KSLs. Welcome and all to the Sparkling Tuna Cup. I'm of course your side VIP. With me, I'm joined by these amazing players, by the people in chat, and by my plushies as well. Welcome one and all to our weekly open tournament, funded by the people, for the people, ! Patreon. If you want to step in, if you want to help support the tournament and help grow the tournament, you can do so via Patreon. Otherwise, we are jumping into our first series, ! Be in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the back yourselves. The back is live, the back is stacked, and we are jumping into our best of 3 round of 16 match. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of ReBellioN, we have the South Korean pink Protoss player representing among its two people. It is ReBellioN. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Terran player, the red Terran himself. It is MilkiCow. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Will it go the way of the cow? Will it go the way of the ReBellioN? Best of luck. Best of luck in the chat to get into our TvP. Once again, we are in the round of 16, and we'll be going over the rest of the bracket momentarily. After this series, we'll dive into the bracket. We'll dive into all the upcoming matches. A lot of high quality and high caliber players are going to be facing off tonight, as always, for the Tuna Cups. Let's go. All right, let's go. Also, as a bit of a reminder here, Tuna Cups are usually on Sundays, but this weekend, what did we have? RSL, right? The RSL, the Rival StarCraft League, was this weekend. We were co-streaming it, of course, so we did have to reschedule the Tuna Cup to make sure we did not clash with the RSL here to Tuesday instead. As usually, again, it is on Wednesdays. Otherwise, we do open up with a eBay block. Not bad here. Does block the expansion. Meanwhile, we do see ReBellioN was relatively fast to scout and to react, and as a result, we'll be able to force a cancellation here. We do see a little bit more progression here on the eBay, just getting a little bit more HP, just delaying for as long as possible here, and this is a pretty big delay here. A lot of lost mine time from the side of ReBellioN, so a nice start for MilkiCow. As long as you cancel, there we go. And there's a cancellation, and with that, we can now settle in towards a longer game state. MilkiCow does get the hell out of here, does pull away. Meanwhile, back at home is going for his own Rex into factory into CC. The CC is delayed because he had to afford the eBay, of course. So a bit of a later command center, but again, does disrupt the initial build here of ReBellioN, and we'll see where MilkiCow takes us from here. Again, MilkiCow, he has a reputation for being hyper aggressive in the TvP matchup, and is usually very in your face. Usually want to end the game early, and we'll see if that aggression continues here. Welcome to ReBellioN. ReBellioN is one of the more aggressive maps of the map pool. This map is known for aggression, known for all-ins, and I'm leaning towards that direction here for MilkiCow as well, because of his reputation, but also because of the map as well. Meanwhile, from the side of ReBellioN, we're expecting to see either very safe play or aggressive play to try to counteract the aggression of MilkiCow. We could see extra gateways. Again, last night, what did we cast? We casted Clem versus Max, and in that best of 5 went all the way to the ace match, but Max, he went for a 4-gate blink 3 times in that series. Like, very often he was relying on 4-gate blink Stalker and was bringing the aggression to Clem, and it worked in his favor in the end. Again, a lot of these maps are more exposed, they're more open, they're more susceptible to aggressive builds, and we'll see if ReBellioN also embraces that. If he does, I'm sure he'll do so in his own flavor, with his own flair. ReBellioN, he does often come up with his own builds. He does kind of work on them alongside some of the other Korean Protosses, the other like-minded Protosses like Luna C, like ReBellioN, like Farmy as well. It's not that I'm thinking of Perm, that's it. Like Perm. They all kind of workshop together. And so far we have Blink on the way. So far we're keeping an eye on the gateways. We have 1 in the natural, 1 in the main. So far 2-gate Blink out of ReBellioN. Nothing crazy yet. A 3rd gateway is going to be turned down. Okay. Getting to a 3rd gateway. Oh, meanwhile, opening up here back at home, going for the, I was going to say Hellion drop, never mind. Medevac does boost across the map. The Hellions are trying to keep up, and I believe this was meant to be a Hellion drop. There are how many? There are 3 Hellions in total. That is enough to one-shot workers, and yeah, the Medevac turns around to pick up and load up those Hellions. Usually it's quadruple Hellion drop. With 3 Hellions, they can still one-shot, but now you have less room for error. So make our way to the main. Sorga's trying to keep up. Hellions, they do get in. Yeah, one nice volley. Volley goes off, getting 2 probes so far. Getting 2, getting it to 4. 4, 5, 6. Oh my god, 6 probes go down. Nice value here out of these 3 Hellions. 7 probes. 7 probe kills, and with that, MilkiCow, I mean, again, Hellions don't really scale well into a longer game state, so very nice harass here. 3 Hellions for 7 probes. Even the medevac gets away. Medevac does boost out. ReBellioN back at home is going to be able, I mean, now the pressure's on ReBellioN. He is getting his 3rd base, so it was 3-gate blink into a 3rd. This was meant to be a safe build here from ReBellioN, but last taken too many losses so far, and now the pressure's on ReBellioN to counterattack. Back at home, what do we have? We have 2 tanks, 1 in the main, 1 in the natural. We have the bunker in position, and we'll see if ReBellioN finds a way in. He's rotating over towards the main base, but the Marines are in, the Marines are in position, tank as well. The army is here. As ReBellioN doesn't find a way in. He's looking for one. Meanwhile, CC in the main base, so MilkiCow is not going for a 2-base all-in, is going for a 3rd command center, building up into the mid-game. And ReBellioN, he's still trying to recover. Again, from all those earlier losses, ReBellioN is still building up into relatively early Colossus and Charge. I say that just because of the lower gateway counts. Okay. So taking up, getting into his splash damage. ReBellioN, given time, he will eventually get there, but I believe MilkiCow should hit first. With what? With his upgrades. We have Stim, Combat Shields, Medevacs, +1. MilkiCow can soon move out. I'm just curious to see if he decides to actually commit to the move out or just expand. You know, take control of his 3rd base, take his 3rd, expand, and slowly build up into a longer game. Here's a Stim. MilkiCow, he does break out, he does Stim. At the same time, sneaking out across the map, making his way into the midline. Colossus is waiting. Colossi relatively in position, but hey, does focus by the probes. Nice damage. Getting 6, 7, 8 probe kills. Getting to 9. 9 probes go down. Drop is still alive. ReBellioN having a very hard time keeping up. We saw his rough defense against the Hellions, and now again against the medevac drop against the Marines. Tanks, they siege up, they depower some of the gateways. Sorga's trying to move in, one of the tanks is exposed, and 1 tank will go down. Ooh. Yeah, takes down both tanks, takes down the Widow Mines, and ReBellioN will hold. ReBellioN does hold on, but alas, ReBellioN does not have enough to counterattack. He's just taken so many losses. Nice target find, getting 2 Stalkers. Ooh. 2 Stalkers go down, MilkiCow picks up, pulls away, going for another double drop, and ReBellion's just being pulled apart. Too many losses, just very rough defense here at the 3rd and the main base. The defense just has not been good enough here for ReBellioN. Cannot sustain these losses, and over time, he's being left behind supply-wise. Oh, nice on burrow. Oh no, it doesn't re-burrow one of the mines though. It does get cleaned up. MilkiCow pulls away. Double drop into the main base. There's not actually much supply to work with here. Can maybe get some damage. Forcing a recall, okay. Let's force a recall. Slice of pylon. Delays extend the lance. Nice delay. Nice delay on the upgrade. And again, MilkiCow, he has momentum. He's now rallying. He's now looking to reinforce and looking to try to push into the 3rd. I will say, if everything comes together, I believe MilkiCow can kill ReBellioN, but that's only if everything's together at once. ReBellioN is very spread thin. He's gonna load Colossus. Speaking of, he goes to the dive, he gets it! Oh my god! Yeah, massive pick up, Colossus goes down. Drop back into the main base, going for the other Colossus, gonna get it! But alas, oh my god, so close, 1 shot away from going down. 10 HP Colossi, baby, ay ay ay. It barely keeps alive, but still dealing critical damage. Colossi getting 3 probes, 9 mining time. This is still a rough defense here for ReBellioN. Thermal Lance is still on the way, and there's still only 1 Colossus. Again, with only 10 HP, barely standing. Now MilkiCow, he could just commit and double down and just go for a push here and now, even pull the boys and just end the game. But we can see that MilkiCow is teching. We have a 4th CC on the way. We have the Ghost Academy on the way. We have 3 more Maxes on the way. So he's building up into a longer game state. But this move out may just end it. May just end it here and now. It's back, Mancho going up, nice connection on the Zealots, Colossus goes down. Premier 0 Colossi remaining. Zealots are trading well for themselves, so once you run out of Zealots, what is there to protect the Immortal? There's nothing. And nothing to protect, Immortal gets sniped, getting one, getting both Immortals. And you see ReBellioN just cannot keep up. There's too much momentum in favor of MilkiCow. Just so much damage at the course of this game with a Hellion drop, with the Marine drop, with the non-stop drop play. Non-stop harass. ReBellioN just took too many losses. He fell too far behind, and ReBellioN just never could recover. He tried, never quite did. Let's see, 4th base will fall. Yo, we got a Nova. Never goes off. The splits. Oh, splits are good enough. Gets only 1 Marine and 1 Marauder. With that, GG gets called. MilkiCow will take game number 1. Will take a lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. MilkiCow will take a lead in the series here. Again, it all came down to the aggression, all came down to the drop play. It all began with the Hellion drop. It was 3 Hellions killing 7 probes in the main and in the natural. Then we had the follow-up Marine drop where we saw that where ReBellioN was distracted. We had more economic damage. It just piled up over time, was able to kill the 4th base, snipe the Colossus, just non-stop aggression. And ReBellioN just couldn't defend at multiple locations at once, not after losing so many workers early on. Just a rough start there. Again, TvP is very momentum based, and we often do see whether it's Terran or Protoss, if they get an early advantage, we see it's quite difficult to kind of lose that advantage. It's quite difficult for your opponent to try to recover from that, to make up for that. Not impossible, but difficult. And with that, we're now getting to game number 2, loading into Title Citadel. Let's go. Getting into game 2, and we'll see if we can force the ace match. Can we go the distance? Can we go all the way to game 3? Let's go. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Title Citadel, we have the red Terran player, the red Terran himself, leading the series 1-0. It is MilkiCow. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the pink Protoss player. We have the Pink Protoss himself. Representing among us the 2 people, it is ReBellioN. Let's go. Let us go. So we are settling into a longer game. Or we're settling into Title. Settling into game 2. Title, of course, is one of the larger maps in the map pool. It's a large map, that is true, but fun fact, it is very vulnerable just because of how spread out you are. Defending your natural, defending your 3rd base and your 4th base, the distance between them, the travel time between your bases is so long. We have seen many a player attempt and fail and struggle to defend their natural, their 3rd and their 4th base on Title Citadel. So again, it's a bit of an awkward map when it comes to rotating between your own bases and defending, but that is in a longer game state. We'll see if we can get there. We'll see. So far, double gas opener out of MilkiCow, going for a faster factory. Last game, remember, it was a single gas opener, but we had the eBay blocker across the map. This time, there's no block. This time we do have a much more comfortable start for ReBellioN. Much more comfortable. Just catching with the chat. We'll get into the rest of the players in the bracket soon. We'll get there. We'll get there. Don't you worry. No. We will get there. Until then, again, we're going to have a much more tame start. It is going to give ReBellioN a bit of a more, just a little bit of a more comfortable opener here, to be able to get into his natural base, nicely timed, into his tech. Once again, I was going to say the question becomes, do we go 2-gate blink, 3-gate blink, or 4-gate blink Stalker? But no, we see ReBellioN going for the fast Stargate. Okay, bold move. Now, again, just going down, you know, memory lane here when it comes to StarCraft and the TvP meta, a couple of years ago, you would know that Stargate openers were all the craze. They were very, very dominant in TvP. Phoenix Colossus. It was a Stargate opener into maybe Orca Harass initially, or just straight Phoenixes, into Phoenix into Colossi. But of course, that did die down over time. The maps are more exposed, more accessible, more aggressive. On top of that, Terran players got more aggressive over time, I should say. And speaking of aggressive over time, we do have the Hellion drop into the main base once again. This time, much more committed with the proxy starport. I guess what I'm getting at is that going for a Stargate like this does leave you vulnerable to early game aggression. But it leaves you vulnerable to early game all-ins. Against something like this, we'll see if ReBellioN can hold on. Comes down to the positioning of his units. But now we have Reapers towards the left, we have Hellions on the right. We'll see if MilkiCow can get in. Now, so far, one probe. Gets one probe, probes they line up. Big volley goes off. As Hellions don't quite make their way in, they're going to be zoned away. Ooh, the Hellions are trapped. And one Hellion goes down, losing one, losing both. Both Hellions do fall. You want Reaper into the main base, does get a full scout, does confirm the Phoenixes that are on the way, and MilkiCow going for the, what was meant to be a Hellion drop, going for a delayed Widowmine drop. Okay, I mean, I say delayed Widowmine drop. It was double Hellion into double Widowmine. It's an interesting build. Interesting variation here from MilkiCow. I don't think I've seen someone waddle their Widowmines across the map to drop them into the main base. But the benefit here is that after the Hellion and Reapers were cleaned up, I mean, the Oracle moves out, the Phoenix moves out. There's not much time to defend. There is a Phoenix. Can always lift. Third base is being taken. Widowmine drop gets into the main base, and we'll see if ReBellioN does react in time. He should be able to. There's the borrow. Late reaction. Oh my god, late reaction and 3 probes. That could have been so much worse. Thankfully, the Widowmines were not retargeted, but the probes did stack. 3 probes go down. Very fortunate for MilkiCow. Sorry, for ReBellioN, I should say. Very fortunate for ReBellioN. Very unfortunate for MilkiCow. Behind this makes a Viking, but now the Starport production is going to be denied. He's going to have to float back home. Rotating over, going for another drop. Does boost into the natural. We'll be able to borrow in time. I mean, again, a revelation was just spent on the medevac itself. There we go. Second revelation. Lift on both Widowmines, and ReBellioN goes into the main base with the landed Viking. Okay, MilkiCow into the main base, getting 9 probes, 10 probes. Oh my god, late reaction ReBellioN here. Very late reaction. 10 probes go down. Adepts across the map, they achieve nothing. We get 11 probes. Oof. And once again, just like last game, MilkiCow has a massive lead early on. Checking the resource type here, 16 probes have gone down this game. For what? For a couple of Widowmines, a couple of Hellions, the Reapers, 1 Viking. This is an insanely good trade here for MilkiCow, and he's rallying. He smells blood in the water. He knows how close he is to just straight up killing ReBellioN. So may as well just rally across the map and look to end the game. Meanwhile, Starport has been found. Charge is finishing up, okay. Depending on the cyclone positioning, ReBellioN can clean this up. He lifts 1, lifts 2. Does lift both. Results, they do trade well against the Marines, and they do force a pick up. Yeah, they force a pick up, and ReBellioN, he does shut this down. Takes down both cyclones. And chases down the medevac as well. Yeah, a bit of a blundered assault here from MilkiCow. Losing a lot here in the counterattack. Can maybe escape with a medevac, maybe. Please out the Marines, please out the Cyclones. Again, he didn't achieve anything with this. He killed maybe 1 or 2 Zealots. That's all MilkiCow achieved. And finally, something going well for ReBellioN. He punishes the move out. Outtrades the Terran. Getting his 3rd base up and running. ReBellioN is still in a worse position, that is true. But you know what? That was the first step here in recovering. The first step has been taken. Meanwhile, MilkiCow, he's getting into a very fast academy, insanely fast growth academy. Before 3rd TC. Okay. Wait, never mind. Now, my assumption was that he was gonna go for a 2-base all in with like 1 or 2 ghosts. But he just pulls the boys. What was the point of the academy, Papi? I don't know. MilkiCow doesn't know either. As we just pull the boys, we're going for the 2-base all in. I mean, MilkiCow, he still has momentum. He still has the edge. He still has the advantage, and he wants to end it. He wants to end it here and now. Here we go. We have 2 ghosts on the way. They're going to be rallying across. We'll see if that comes into play. Base out the stasis. We do have a 4th base here, ReBellioN, that is quite greedy, and the 4th is not going to help. Not here. No shield battery. 0 shield battery. 0 preparation. ReBellioN, he did miss the move out. He missed the all in. Zalze try to charge forward. So far, decent kiting. Zalze will go down. Does focus down the Phoenixes. So far, ReBellioN, he trades. Sorry, MilkiCow trades well initially. The Ghost Academy, sorry, the Dark Shrine is on the way. He has to break through before the Dark Shrine finishes. He's on a timer. We gotta go. We gotta send it. Dust him in. Takes down the sentries. 3 Zealots do warp in, but Elastic get focused down immediately. Yeah, down go the Zealots. Down goes the main army. There's nothing left here. Dark Shrine is still not yet done. The Bio Army steps in. We have 1 sentry, we have 1 force field trying to buy some time. The Dark Shrine is further back in the main. West probes are getting caught out. When it comes to scans, a scan is not available. I mean, MilkiCow has been muling. And there it is. Dark Shrine is just about to finish. But defensive DTs, I mean, here we go, does warp in 1, but now MilkiCow, he knows to just wait for a scan. Just wait for the scan, gets into the main base, takes out every single probe. Probes go down, there's 2 Dark Templar. We're still waiting for a scan. We're going to be waiting for a while. The EMP, true! He gets the EMP, GG gets called. I forgot about the Ghost Party, but they got their EMPs, and MilkiCow, he will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the quarterfinals. GG. Whew, GG, well played. See, that's why he got the Academy, Papi. True, the delayed double ghost. But congratulations. Again, MilkiCow dealing critical damage early on, both in game 1 and in game 2, with his early harassment, with his Hellions, with his Widow Mines, with his early drop play, or at least that was the case in game 1. Here in game 2, the landed Viking. The landed Viking harass, catching ReBellioN completely off guard. Late reaction, late realization of what was going on in the main base, as he was hyperfixated on the drop in the natural, and that Viking did critical damage. 16 probes went down. 16 probes in the early game. That gave MilkiCow a massive lead. That's why he went for the 2-base all in. That's why he pulled the boys, because he knew that he was ahead, and he knew that ReBellioN was kind of like struggling to stand back up and still struggling to maintain his footing, and he got knocked down. GG. GG, well played. With that, congratulations to MilkiCow, and with that, let us catch up on the bracket itself. Let's figure out where we are and where we are headed. Exclamation mark, be in the chat to have a look at the back yourselves. Let